Wherever she is, she's bringing light, passion, commitment, thoughtfulness to a lot of different causes. She's an ally. Groups that she's not naturally a part of, she stands up for them.
So my name is Shamaya Hawkins. I am the Executive Managing Director of TSO. I met Hagir 7 years ago on my radio show. Before she even came in, our mutual friend, he was like, you have to meet this person. She's amazing. You're going to love her. You just have her on a show. And I was like, yeah, like, great. Like, I'm willing to have anybody, you know? And our show was about an hour long, and she was just sitting there and she was just talking. And at that moment, I knew that she was, I can't even explain it. I loved her instantly. And right after the show, I was like, oh my word, you have to be my co-host. And she was like, yeah, okay. And our relationship grew, and she's definitely impacted me to want to do better in my life. As a single mother, as a woman of color, I may not have gone through the struggles that she has, but she has definitely paved the way for me.
I know Hagir over a quarter of a century now. So we met back in Sudan. We went to college together. We were political activists together. We've led the country together. We went to Egypt together, and we came early in 2000 to the state. To talk about Hagir, Hagir is is a magnetic for struggle and resilience, same time. She don't do easy. She just pick up the hardest topic or issue or challenge and take it heads on. And when she does easy, she doing by the hundreds. If I can tell you how many people that she helped, including her own family, which is very big, trust me, or about her two beautiful young women that she raised as a single mother, or the business that's very successfully she lead. And the list goes on and goes on and on and on.
My name is Ski. I'm the president of HAC, Central Pennsylvania's Community College, and I am delighted to be able to speak about Hagir. Hagir is a woman in this community who is truly a trailblazer. She is someone who I met shortly after I arrived, and through her, I was able to meet many, many people in this community, outstanding individuals who are engaged in the community in many ways thanks to Hagir. She is someone who is able to bring people together. I know no one to be a better networker than Hagir. She is somebody who can connect individuals no matter what industry or what business you're in. She is someone that people idolize, adore, admire because of her heart. She puts herself into everything that she does.
Hello, my name is Angela Lorenzo. I'm a good friend of her years. I met her long time ago, I would say, because that was around 2006 or 7. We traveled together some places. We made jokes to each other about life. So it's just been an amazing time.
Compassionate, caring, bright, successful, just a woman of the world that loves the world and loves the people in the world and wants to make a difference. Everything she does is about helping. You know, her for-profit as well as the non-profit. They're both, helping others to get somewhere, to strive for better, to do better, to be better.
She's given me a lot of different platforms for me to be myself. And recently, she had a long conversation with me, and she was like, Maya, you have to start doing what makes you happy. And you gotta let go of those things that, I'm about to cry. You gotta let go of those things that hold you back. You rarely have somebody who takes a chance on you, who believes in you. And Hagir definitely believes in me. Sometimes I don't even know why, because we're our worst critics. But she's taken a chance on me multiple times, and she's helped me develop the strength that we forget that we have ourselves. And if anybody gets the chance to meet her, she's gonna imprint on you, and you'll never forget her. I love Hagir. I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to have her in my life, and that I have the opportunity to learn from her every day. She's amazing, and the work that she's doing is going to impact everybody, and it's going to change the world. So if you haven't met Hagir, take the time to get to know her, and your life will change forever.
But let me say this to end this. I never, and let me say never, needed Hagir for something, and she let me down. And I'm needy, trust me. But she's my best friend. I love her to death.
She is always concerned about what we're doing to make lives better for people, including immigrants, as she herself was. If you read her story, what she went through to get to where she is really does show how much she loves and how much she cares about individuals and communities, so that we are inclusive and that we are inviting and warm for all people. And that is truly the mission of a community college. We are the community's college.
My mother's 90, and I go off quite a bit. Every couple of months, I go and spend a week with her. She's in Ohio, a little town called Sylvania. I mentioned about my mother to Hagir, and she wanted my mother's information. She sent my mother a card. She's never met my mother, but that's the heart that she has. there's a love there that's deep, and it's growing as we go, because I just see the love that she has for others, and I know that's in my heart as well.
Do you know, Hagir is interesting. She likes to celebrate people. And so if it's your birthday or a work anniversary or a special occasion, Hagir will be there not only with her beautiful smile, but she will be there with some type of gift that acknowledges you as a human being and a person. So I could give many examples for birthdays, for my work anniversary, for other occasions that we celebrate. She is there in the center, celebrating and lifting up individuals for the good work that they have done or are doing.
I mostly admire her courage, her strength. She have a big heart. She's one of those person that if she see, no matter where you come or where you from, she see the need to help you, she would jump and do it in a minute. And I think that's one thing that make her an amazing woman, because not everybody do that. And her strength to keep going no matter what she's going through, she been through, she don't stop. I'm gonna say that straight to you, Hagir. You are an amazing woman, and you make so much differences in people. Impact women that been through domestic violence, kids that been with some problem from the parents or their daily life, men's also, anybody. She's just that kind of person, and we need people like Hagir in our life and in this world to fight for a better world, a better place to live, a better place to go. And I think that's you, my friend.
Yeah, my mom definitely is a very busy woman. She does everything she can all of the time. So sometimes I feel like it's hard to balance, but she always finds a way to make it work. And she always does everything in her ability to make everyone around her feel loved. She lightens up the room. I remember she used to, when she worked at the hospital, everyone would call her the singing nurse because she would walk around the hallway singing and just brighten everyone's day. It's like, it's the little things like that. She definitely has attention to detail, and she does everything in her ability to make everyone around her happy. So I graduated recently. I'm studying neuroscience, and ever since I was young, I've always wanted to go into medicine or healthcare, and that is definitely inspired by my mom. My mom and my grandfather were both in the healthcare field, and she kind of just showed me that being in healthcare and having a direct influence in people's lives is like the best thing that you can do. People are vulnerable and sick when they're in the hospital, and if they have one person to just make them smile or make them feel happy, and I can be that person, that's what I want to do.
I really admire her strength, which is very broad, but just how she's come, and I've seen, not as much as my sister, but I've seen her change from when we didn't have as much money, and even when she just came into the country, to being successful and having her own business and winning all these awards and stuff.
What I admire most about my mom is that she's the type of person to always put everyone else before herself. She would rather take on the burden of anything so that other people will be happy. She's dedicated most of her life to helping other people, and that has honestly inspired me a lot in what I want to do in my life. And just, I feel like a lot of the values that I have come from my mom. She's always taught me that, you have to show people respect in order to get respect. And, the most important thing that you can do as a human being is to help other people and make an influence in their life.
My name is Hagir Elsheikh, and I'm originally from Sudan. I immigrated to the U.S. in 2001, but I came here and I wasn't alone. I stayed with my sister, but I hated Philadelphia. It was so busy, and a big city is not just my cup of tea. I came and visited a friend, him and his wife. They lived here in Harrisburg, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. His wife helped me to get my first job at the daycare, and I will forever be grateful for both of them. Anyone that lived in the United States would tell you how hard it is to have a whole family with you in a one-bedroom. I did not realize that Waleed left his bedroom, him and his wife bedroom, gave it to me and my daughter, and they slept in the living room for 2 months. They took me in, they helped me. I was going to working at the daycare. He taught me how to drive. Him and my other friend, Osman, they taught me how to drive, took me to get my, my test. And during that time, I never heard them one day complaining. Not a day. I was able to get an apartment at Harrisburg Hills, a one-bedroom apartment. And at that time, I was taking the bus from there to downtown Harrisburg and then walking to the daycare until I was able to afford a car. But that was a tough time. But I worked day in and day out at the daycare until, I was able to go to Hack and get my education. I didn't want to change my career, so I did the CNA. And I liked it. I loved it. So I went back and did the LPN and became a nurse eventually. And that led to me starting my own company, which is HSE Staffing Agency. And it's a nursing staffing agency that provide healthcare staff to hospital, nursing home, colleges. We cover the schools. We cover everywhere where you need help with your staffing. And that was so close to my heart because as a single mom, it was hard for me to find a job that will understand my circumstances. Starting the company, I wanted to have a family-like environment. I wanted to have a place where you will understand if your employees can't make it to the shift. How can we help them? So I introduced my staff to each other, and when they got comfortable and got to know each other, they babysat for each other, they help each other. I was a listening ears for my employees, and I can say for the longest, I knew all of them by name. I knew their stories. I knew, their struggles. They felt safe to confide in me if someone was going through domestic violence, they would come to me because I had the experience. I've been there, done that. It is not just knowledge, but experience. If they needed to go to college, I guided them to HAC, GCU, any college that I'm associated with. So basically to empower women and to empower the people around me. And that was my goal, doing everything. Even when I started the nonprofit, Tomorrow Smiles, I started that thinking of when I went through my domestic violence, what resources that helped me and what resources were not there for me. So I started the nonprofit with that in mind, to raise awareness, to be the person that will go and talk to domestic violence victims, to make them know that they don't have to be victims. They're survivors. They survived, and they need to figure a way to move on and do it while they're processing this. My whole family were activists, but specifically my father. Back in Sudan, women are not considered first-class citizens, but my parent never made us feel this way. Like my dad in particular, always made me feel anything that my siblings, my brothers can do, I can do. That impacted my life and also impacted how I am raising my girls, how I am raising Kareem right now, and how I'm just living my day-to-day life. My mom had a huge impact in a silent way. She was a victim of her circumstances. She was a victim of a society that did not believe a woman places in college or in school or at work for that matter. She was married in 13 or 14 years old, and that was not an unheard of back then. She didn't know any better. She did her best to raise us, and she was just moved basically from her father's house to her husband's house. She was working day in, day out. All my memories of my mom is her either cooking in the kitchen, cleaning, washing clothes, or taking care of us at night. So she was the caring person, but she was the thread that held our household together. So I hope I will be that for my girls, and I am trying every day to be that person. My Malaz is 22 years old now. Ramaz is just turned 16, and both of them grew up in a single mom's household. Their dad, I divorced them due to domestic violence. That was unfortunate for Malaz to witness. She was 6 years old when I almost lost my life. I was pregnant with Ramaz at that time. You know, he was standing on top of me, choking the life out of me. And at that moment, I looked up. I was in the hallway. I looked up and I saw Malaz. She woke up, hearing the loud noise, hearing me screaming, like, your daughter is sleeping in the next room, you need to stop. I had blood coming from my face. I was hit. He hit me with everything that he can find at that moment. And to look at someone and see the look in Malaz's eyes, seeing her father almost killing not just me, but my unborn child. That day, I decided I'm never going to allow anyone to treat me like that or to raise my daughter to believe that she can be a victim. You can choose. I mean, we all go through a lot. And you can choose to be a victim of the circumstances and the things happening to you and accept them and just move on with your life, or choose to use them for your advantage and change the course of your life. Because I do truly believe that, every day that you live, every day you wake up, it's a beginning, a new beginning. You're the one writing your book, and only you can decide how it will end. And that was not the end I wanted for myself. I wake up every day, and this is my life. So I try to make the best out of it and try to make the best out of the unfortunate circumstances and make it good. I have Kareem. He's 4.5 years old now, and he was diagnosed with autism. And that's a whole new challenge. and he is nonverbal. I'm doing everything in my power to help him to communicate. We use equipment. He's in ABA, which is therapy. He gets speech therapy, everything that I can do to help him. But I'm not going to say it's easy. So many days I wake up and I'm like, what did I do? What have I done? And it's okay. It took me maybe 20 some years to learn that it's okay not to be okay. And it truly is. It's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to feel emotional. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel sad. You know, one thing that will ground me and bring me back is I enjoy my life. I love everything I do, even the bad things. If I have to go back, I don't want them to happen again. But I mean, they happened. And I managed to find a coping mechanism and to find a way to survive and to find a way to strive and thrive. So I love my life. I truly do. I did share my memoir. I started to write how I felt. It didn't start as a book, but I start to write my feelings, what I've been through, and use that as my therapeutic and coping mechanism. And I looked after maybe 7 or 10 years, and I had like 150 pages. So what I did is I wanted to have the book out. So I didn't even read or edit it or get publisher involved. I just wanted it to be out. I wanted to be my voice, and I wanted to share my journey and all what I've been through. So if you want to read more or hear more about my story, there is the Through Tragedy and Triumph. That's my memoir, and I'm currently working on rewriting it to make it reflect how I actually felt. Not just the specific moment, not just the struggle, not the torture that I've been through, not the journey as a refugee, not my journey as a domestic violence survivor, as a single mother. Like all of that was written in my memoir. But now I wanted it to tell the simple story, the good moment that I lived as a child, or the bad memories that made me who I am. Because at the end of the day, we are a product of our experiences. My kids are the reason I'm not doing anything crazy. And they're the reason that I am waking up every morning trying to be the best and to do the best. And not just to say it, but to try to lead by example. Because I truly believe that they can make a difference in this world. And I do believe that, if I do my part in raising good children, and you do your part of educating your family, there we have a good community, a good society.